So the title is straightforward. Let's find out together what's the reason why this individual at ScreenRant believes that the One Piece remake is a mistake and that they are also copying the trend of Hollywood or the West making remakes.
Okay.
Of course, if you are interested in reading the entire article paragraph for paragraph, of course, you could just take the title of the thumbnail and, of course, put it in Google search. But we're just going to paraphrase the main points of this interesting article. So let's get into it. So let's start off the discussion at this point. It says, what shocked me the most about this remake is that it seemed to come at the worst time. Looking at Hunter x Hunter, for example, that series remake was perfectly called for. The 1999 anime series only made it through a few arcs before its cancellation. Years later, the 2011 series returned to finish what the original series started.
He's out of line, but he's right.
However, the complete opposite seems to be happening with One Piece. In fact, I can't say I've ever seen anything like this in modern media. A remake and the original running simultaneously. Just as the series hits its peak with the conclusion of the Wano saga and the commencement of its final stage, Wit announces that they plan to scratch that and start again from square one. It is truly mind-boggling and seems to be entirely superfluous. Oh boy, superfluous, that's a big word, and it means unnecessary, especially through being more than enough. Okay, well, let's get back to the article. Now we're focusing on this part of the title where it says why Japan needs to steer clear of remakes. Over the years, anime has conquered international markets with astonishing projects such as One Piece, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Chainsaw Man. Aside from the fantastical storytelling and engaging voice acting, anime continues to prove that 2D animation is not only for children, but also for a multi-generational audience. Walt Disney Animation Studios is one of the most prominent media companies of all time. While the company was once known for its incomparable films of fantasy and wonder, appealing to children and adults alike, it has recently turned a corner. Disney live-action movies adapted from their beloved animated classics lack depth and often serve as a cheap cash grab aimed at younger audiences. Instead of embracing the beauty of animation, film studios such as Disney continue to completely alter the style of classical films until they are almost unrecognizable. Fans have advocated for the return of Disney's 2D animation style, which was last seen in The Princess and the Frog. However, studios have yet to deliver, proving that anime is more relevant than ever. Yet with projects like Wit Studios' One Piece Remake, I am not convinced that anime will remain a blinding beacon of hope. Quite the contrary, I am worried that Japan is going to fall into a similar pitfall that so many American film companies have. The obsession with remakes. Now this reminded me of the last video that we just did concerning some leaks about anime works in production or not in production. And one of the things that it mentioned, again, it could be true, it could be false, we don't know for sure. But one of the things that was mentioned is that there are 20 plus remakes that are currently being planned or in the works right now. So could this statement be true, what the individual said about picking up on the American trend of making remakes? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So let's get back into the article. Anime is known primarily for its one-of-a-kind main characters, storylines, and animation styles. There is no entertainment like anime, and I do not want to see that change. Very true. Disney fans everywhere have been disappointed time and time again by the projects that their favorite production company has produced. Now let's move on to this next heading, why the original One Piece series does not need an update. A remake of Oda's masterpiece is far from necessary. The One Piece anime began in 1999, which was almost 20 years ago. Thus, the older animation seen primarily in the series' first few seasons are starting to look outdated. However, this is hardly a reason to recreate such a beloved franchise. In fact, I say it's a prime reason not to redo the show. Many original One Piece fans find the pre-time skip in particular very nostalgic. Those quirky character designs, 4:3 ratio, and Saturday morning cartoon vibes are what make the series so special in their hearts.
This day! To this day! To this day!
So before we continue on, there's a part of the article that gives some spoilers in the Wano arc, major spoilers so to speak. So if you are not caught up in the anime when it comes to the Wano arc, I think you might have to skip this part of the video. Furthermore, it is thrilling to watch the show from beginning to end. As the protagonists mature and make their way through their character arcs, the animation quality follows suit, improving dramatically as time goes on. Lastly, One Piece has recently hit an all-time high. Gear 5 Luffy made history with his reveal as fans around the world gathered to watch his epic battle with Kaido, and Oda kept the One Piece fandom on the edge of their seats as he announced that the series had officially entered its final saga. So now we have reached the final part of this article. It says, I may be biased against any sort of remake, but I would genuinely hate to see Japan fall into a similar trap as the American entertainment industry. I used to be a huge Disney fan, but I have seen nothing but profit-centric projects surfaced from a company that used to stand for imagination and creativity. Anime stands as a final beacon of hope for 2D animation fans and lovers of fantastical storytelling. While it may seem that the One Piece remake is nothing more than a tribute to Oda's work, I believe it may open the floodgates to a much larger problem in the Japanese media market. So that was a lot to take in, wouldn't you agree? Just to wrap up everything into a nice little package, they are basically complaining that the remake is totally unnecessary and that they are afraid that Japan might head down the path like Walt Disney in focusing or concentrating too much on making remakes. So of course I leave the comment section to you. Do you agree, 100% agree with what this person said? Do you 50% agree, or are you in total disagreement in what this individual or this article has to say? Now, if you are interested in more One Piece news, we have a nice little playlist that is set up nice for you. If you didn't get it on the screen, you could get it also in the description as well. And my favorite article is basically, or video I should say, is a One Piece animator versus an AI artist. I find that was an hilarious bit of information to cover. So don't forget, in order for you to be able to access those videos, that playlist, you have to click on the subscribe button.
Do it!
So that's it. Go on.